Hello, everybody, my evolving minds. So if you're here on this channel, this is only for evolving minds, okay? So if you're here, I'm assuming that's what you are. All right. So today I want to kind of get back to the basics of what this channel is about. I hope that lighting is okay. What the channel is about. So today we're going to talk about what is learning. It's going to be short because I have talked about this before. But the talks that are coming up, they're a little bit more focused, okay? So I'm going to be talking about what is learning and how we should define it in 2020. Because on my other channel, Cyber Training, if you are not on that channel, please go subscribe for Cyber Training with Ypifany. Over there, I'm speaking specifically about learning, development, and evaluation of cybersecurity programs. Where here it's more general, even though I still may speak about that a little bit over here, but here it's more general, and I talk about other kinds of things, not just cyber. Okay, so what is learning? Now, you've heard me say before, the way that I define learning is very simply the sharing of perspective and experience. Okay, and you can go back to some of my other videos to see very specifically what I mean by that. But today I want to talk about what learning is not and what it is. Okay, so what learning is not, okay, it is not goal-oriented, right? So when we think about going to training, when we go to universities and colleges and get our degrees and all of that, that is very goal-oriented. It is, because you have you're on a mission, you're trying to accomplish a certain thing, okay? Learning does not fall into that category necessarily, okay? So learning is not goal-oriented. Learning is not hierarchical, okay? Meaning there are levels, right? Levels of knowledge. We see a lot of these pyramids around that tell us the different levels of knowledge. You have data, you have information, you have knowledge, then wisdom. So you just go higher and higher up the ladder, okay? Learning is not hierarchical at all, okay? And hold on a second, I'm going to tell you what it is. Learning is not formal all the time, okay? Many times when I say learning, the mind will go directly to some kind of classroom, right? Or sitting in front of somebody who knows more than you do, okay? And we think of that as learning, as a learning environment, a place where learning is happening. That is totally not only the case, right? Learning can be happening when, you have a bunch of children around you, okay? And you are not the teacher. Okay, learning can be happening in that regard. And the last one, learning is not acquired. Okay, it's not like you're an empty vessel who don't know anything, like you know nothing. Okay, so now you got to go out here and get filled up so that you can learn some stuff. Okay, the way I'm defining it, and the things that I've done and the way that I operate, that is not learning, okay? So let me tell you what it is. I've just told you 4 things that learning is not. It is not goal related. It is not hierarchical. It's not always formal, and it's not acquired, okay? So let me tell you what it is. Learning is multi-directional, okay, rather than goal-oriented. When you think of a goal, you think, I'm here. I have not reached my goal. My goal is over there, okay? Pretty much it's a pretty linear thing, okay? What I'm telling you is that is not true. First of all, it's multi-directional and it is here, okay? You don't have to go over there to get learning, all right? First of all, learning it comes through all the senses. It's not just about what you hear and what you're learning in school. How many senses do you have, okay? We're taught that we have 5. Learning comes through all of those: your smell, your sight, your hearing, your feeling, okay? Your emotions, all of those, it comes through. And we actually have more than 5, but y'all can go research that yourself. We have more than 5 senses, but learning comes through all of that, okay? So it's multi-directional and multi-dimensional, okay? And it happens all the time. So I'm gonna give you, before I end, I'm gonna talk to you about a really great metaphor that I have for learning to really help you understand what that is. It's formal and informal. You don't have to be in front of a teacher with a degree to be learning something, right? I asked one of my friends, I said, do you feel like you learned anything from your dog? He was like, yeah, like I really learned about what it means to be loyal. Okay. You can learn from anywhere, anything, any person, any whatever. It don't matter. Okay. It is not just being in a classroom, sitting in front of somebody who calls themselves a teacher. Okay. Or any other kind of authority figure. Okay. You don't need an authority figure in your presence to be able to learn. And you don't need another human being. Okay. In order to be able to learn. Okay. Um, it's formal and informal. Learning is formal and informal. Again, that goes back to the multidirectional. Okay. Um, it's goalless. Learning has no goal. Now, I know that's hard to kind of grasp. At least it was for me when I first thought of it, right? Learning is goalless. Okay. Now, the things that do have goals are training, education, um, coaching, mentoring, stuff like that. Okay. There is a goal in mind for that. But it is possible to just learn something just because you want to learn it. It's not so you can get a degree or a certificate or a certification or a promotion or to say I'm smarter than this person. You can absolutely just learn something because you love it. I really enjoy doing this. One example that I've used is Steve Jobs, the creator of Apple and Macintosh. Okay. He left school and he took up calligraphy. Okay. Because that's something he thought it was beautiful. He just wanted to do it. He's a computer guy and he's there writing, and calligraphy is beautiful. I think it's an absolutely beautiful thing, to learn. But he had no intent, no way he wanted to use it or anything, but he ended up, and he said himself, he ended up using what he learned in calligraphy to help design Apple, the things in Apple. So what he did there did influence what he did, but he didn't do it going to say, okay, what I'm going to learn here, I'm going to use in my computers. I mean, that never even crossed his mind. Okay. Some people just learn things because they just want to learn about it. It's interesting. It fulfills them. It's beautiful to them. Okay. That is totally possible, to have no goal whatsoever other than just wanting to know more and learn more and experience more. Okay. And the last one, learning is innate. You don't have to learn to learn. Okay. You're born just knowing how to learn. Look at babies. One thing babies do is they put everything in their mouths. Okay. Crawling around on the floor. They don't get bugs. I remember my kids, bugs in their mouths. I mean, here in Virginia, we have at a certain time of the year, stink bugs. Those things just come out of everywhere. One of my sons, when he was little, had a stink. Oh my, I was so disgusted. It was it was awful. But you got to keep taking stuff out their mouths, right? Because that's how they discover the world, right? That's how they explore. The fastest thing, I saw this meme, it said the fastest thing in the world is when you ask a toddler, what do you have in your mouth? They take off, right? They just take off running. So we're born knowing. We're born knowing how to learn. That's nothing anybody has to teach us. The problem is we forget. The problem is that now that don't mean when you're 40 years old, you walking around here putting stuff in your mouth, trying to, learn. No. The thing is we forget how to learn, how to explore, how to wonder about stuff. Because at some point we figure we know it all. Because either some authority figure has told us, so we just grab onto it or believe it. Or we have enough experience where we think, okay, this is the way the world works and there's nothing more for me to learn about this, which is totally not true. That's not true at all. Okay. So that's what learning is. Learning is multidirectional, formal and informal. It's goal-less. There is no goal. And it's innate. It's innate in everybody. The metaphor that I use, learning is just like breathing. It happens all the time. You really can't survive without it. I mean, you have to, because learning leads to growth and maturity. Okay. Look in nature, everything grows and matures in nature. Okay. Everything learns. Okay. Learning is like that. You can stop your breathing. You can control it at some point, you know, you can give attention to it. We don't give attention to our breathing throughout the day. We don't, we really don't, because it just happens unconsciously. We don't have to put in conscious effort to breathe, but we can put our conscious attention on the way we breathe and breathe more deeply or more shallow, or we can stop it for a little bit before, we can do the same thing with learning. Okay. Learning happens all the time, unconsciously. You don't even know, but it has to happen if you're going to grow and mature, right? But you can give your attention to it. And when you give your attention to it, that's when you go to get a certification or a certificate or a degree. That's when you sign up for a training and stuff, right? Because you're giving your conscious attention to learning, and you're trying to learn a specific thing. Okay. So it's just like breathing. It's just like breathing. There's nothing, and breathing nobody has to teach you how to breathe. All right. You come out knowing that, right? There's just some intelligence that knows how to do that. Same thing with learning. Intelligence, okay, plays an enormous part in there, because it doesn't just take a human mind to learn. Okay. Everything does. Learning is just sharing of perspective and experience. Okay. All right. So what is learning? And that is how we really need to begin thinking about it in 2020, because so much is going on right now. The world is so dynamic. Things are changing so quickly. Okay. That holding on to all the ways we thought, about learning, that learning, it has to happen in a formal setting. It's hierarchical. You got to have a goal and all that stuff, right? That's not going to work anymore. Okay. We have to evolve right along with the world around us, okay, if we're going to accomplish and be able to grow and survive in such a dynamic environment. Okay. All right, evolving minds, I will see you back here very soon, and we will talk about evaluation and how we need to look at that in 2020. Okay, I'll see you then. Bye.